Hello everyone, this is Lakshmi Prasanna. Today I am going to explain about floating point addition and then subtraction of the two numbers. So in the last classes we discussed about fixed point addition, subtraction and fixed point multiplication, and then how you can do the fixed point division. So now we have to discuss about floating point addition and then subtraction. So before going to explain about floating point addition and then subtraction, so first we have to know what is floating point number. So in the earlier classes of this chapter, so I discussed the what is meant by fixed point and then what is meant by floating point number. So what is fixed point here? The point, decimal point can be fixed at one place is nothing but fixed point number, and then one difference is there is only one register was used to store that number. But here floating point number, floating point operation in this one. So there are the two registers are needed to store the number which was represented in this floating point representation. So one register was used to store the Montesa value, and then another register was used to store the exponent value. And one more thing, so here the decimal point was not fixed at one place, so but in the exponent we can represent where is the decimal point present. So that is the difference to the fixed point representation and then floating point representation. So on the objectives, so on completion of this period you would be able to know what is normalization of the floating point number and how to represent floating point number and how to perform add and then subtraction operations on floating point numbers. So in the previous classes, so the steps for division two numbers in fixed point number we learned, and normalization. So in we already discussed this topic normalization. So what is the normalization? So the representation of a floating point number is said to be in normalized form if it is in the form of, so b dot b1, b2, b3, b4, so like that, and then e and the exponent e0, e1, e2, e3, like that. So here after the operation of the after the operation, so the number should be represent like this. So this is the normalization number. B0 is nothing but it is the sine bit of the Montesa, and B1 equal to 1, and E0 is sign of the exponent. So see this one. So B0 is nothing but sign of the Montesa, and then under whether it is 0 or 1, and B1 should be 1. So like that we have to do the exponent, and then E0 is sign of the exponent value, and E1, E2, E3, E4 is magnitude of exponents, and floating point representation. So to perform add subtract operation, the floating point numbers need two registers. So one holding Montesa and the other exponent holding, and other was used to hold the exponent value. See this example. So the binary number is 0.10110001 into 2 power minus 3. So here in this example, this is nothing but, we can say it as the Mantissa, and then this is nothing but, this 2 is nothing but, so in which form you are representing the data. So whether it is in decimal or decimal, and whether it is in binary, or whether it is in octal, whether it is in hexadecimal. So like that. So based on this value, we can say the in which form the data was represented. And here the data was in binary form, so we can take the base as the 2, and then this minus 3 is nothing but exponent value. So is represented using two registers as this one, 0 1 0 1 1 double 0 1. So this 0 is nothing but uh, this 0 is nothing but a sign of the sign, and this register here holds the small register here holds the exponent value. So this register A holds the Montesa, and then register B holds the exponent value. Here, suppose the register A is assumed to be 8 bit, and the register small a holds the assumed 4 bit. If it is capital register A holds the 8 bit register, and then small a register holds the 4 bit itself. So Montisa 0.10110001, so is represented in signed magnitude form of 8 bits as like this, 0.10110001, and then exponent minus 3 is nothing but is represented in signed magnitude form of 4 bits as, so this is 0, this actually this is the double one, and this is nothing but this is the sign bit. Why? Because it's nothing but it's a minus, so only we have to write this as the 1, and then 0, and then 1 1, and then similarly take the number another number, and then minus 0.101001 to power 4 can be represented as like this. So why this is see, 1 is nothing but, so this is the negative Montesa value. So for that reason, so you have to take the 1 here. Why? Because it's nothing but it's a negative number, and 10 101 is nothing but it's a Montesa value, and this is nothing but sign bit. And to power 4, 4 is nothing but it's a 4 bit number. So 4 can be represented as 100, and then 0 is nothing but to represent sign bit. So it is a positive number. So take the 0 here. So Montesa minus 0.101 triple zero one is represented in signed magnitude form of 8 bits as, so like this, 1.101 triple zero one, and exponent plus 100 is represented in signed magnitude form of 4 bits as so 0100. Addition and subtraction of the two floating point numbers. For two floating point numbers to be added, their mantissa must be aligned such that the exponents become equal. So addition and then subtraction. For case 1 here in this example, exponents are equal 10 power minus 3 and then 10 power minus 3. So like this, if the exponents are equal, then we can do the operation like this. The sum is so 0 plus 5 is nothing but 9. So 3 plus 4 is nothing but 7. 2 plus 3 is nothing but 5. So 1 plus 2 is nothing but 3. So 0.3579 into 10 power minus 3. So why? Because is nothing but here already exponents are in equal. So like this. 0.1234 and then 0.2345. So like this we will get the result 0.3579. Here second case is exponents are not equal. So upper and 1, so 0.9234 into 10 power 3 and 0.8345 into 10 power 2. So upper and as lower exponent. So we have to do it as the, we have to make it as the 10 power 3. So for this reason, so right shift its magnitude once and increment its exponent by 1. We will get the, so like this apparent 2 as the, we shift the towards right magnitude bits of the apparent 2. So like this 0.08345 into 10 power 3. So operand is nothing but first operand is 0.9234 and the second after right shift operation, so second operand is nothing but 0.92340 is the first one, 0.08345 is the second one. So 0 plus 5 5, 4 4 4 8, 3 plus 3 is 6, 2 plus 8 10, so 1, so 9 plus 0, 9 plus 1 10. So this one here 1.00685. So here after we have to do it normalization, so which can be normalized as, so this one should be here, so this point can be moved towards right. So the exponent value can be increment. So 0.100685 into 10 power 4. So these are the two ways to add the addition of the floating point numbers. So there are the two cases. If operands exponents are in equal form, then directly we can add the two floating point numbers. If they are not in equal form, so we have to make it as the equal form, equal exponents, and then after we have to do the addition of the two floating point numbers. And then sign of operands are different. Operand 1 is nothing but 0.1234 into 10 power 2. Operand 2 is nothing but 0.2345 5 into 10 power 2. The sum is here exponents are equal. So one is plus and another one is minus. So then we'll get the sign minus and then we have to do the subtraction. So 5 minus 4 is nothing but 1. So 4 minus 3 is nothing but 1. And then 3 minus 2 is nothing but 1. And then 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1. And then the result sign bit is nothing but minus. So here nine's complement of 0.2345 is 9.7654 and then we'll get the tens complement 9.7655 and add to 0.1234. So 0.1234. So after addition operation 5 plus 4 is nothing but 9. So 5 plus 3 8, 6 plus 2 8, 7 plus 1 8 and then 9 plus 0 is nothing but 9. As AS carry is not produced, so find tens complement and add negative sign to get the result. So 0.1 triple 1 0, so 1. So for that one minus 0.1111. So hence the final result is so the minus 0.1111 into 10 power 2. For binary numbers, so the same procedure is followed with ones or twos complement method. So let the two floating point numbers be in registers. So one is in AR and then A. So here AR is nothing but mantissa of the number. It holds the mantissa value and then small a is nothing but it holds the exponent value and then br is nothing but second operand mantissa value and then second operand mantissa exponent value. Number one mantissa and then exponent. So like this we can stores the values in the corresponding registers. Number one, decide AR and the next one in A. Number two, decide BR and then exponent in B. So the sum or difference is found in AR and then A registers. So what after the operation was over, then the result was finally appears in the AR and then A registers. Same as our fixed point addition and then subtraction operations. To implement addition subtraction on floating point numbers, so the following steps to be taken. Check for zeros. So whether anyone is zero or not. If any one of the operand is zero, then result was other operand. If if both are zeros, then the result will be zero. If none of the zero, then according to the rules we have to do addition or subtraction. And then align Montesa is nothing but uh, if the exponents are not equal, so in that case we have to do the alignment of the Montesa. And then once the exponents are equal, so according to that we have to do the add or subtraction of the Montesa. And once the operation was over, either addition or subtraction, then we have to do the normalize the result. So this is the flow chart for This is the flowchart for addition and then subtraction of the two numbers. So according to the first steps, so first we have to do when check for zeros. So whether BR or AR is zero. So BR equal to zero. So the result is nothing but you have to end the operation and then not zero. Then we have to check AC is zero. Both are zeros. Then we have to end. So then AC is not zero. Then BR, whatever the BR value that can be transferred to AC, and then according to the operation, either addition or subtraction. So we have to do, and then subtraction operation. Then we have to complement the sign of the A's, and then end the operation of the. And then if both are not zeros, then we have to do the alignment of the Montesa, and then this small a and then small v is nothing but uh, alignment of the Montesa. So here, if a register holds the Montesa value less than the Montesa B, so for that one we have to shift the A and then shift right the A Montesa value, and then we can increment the Montes of the A register. So then once again check whether exponents are equal or not. So if A is greater than B, then goes to the perform the shift right of the B register value, and then so by that shift right operation, so the exponents of the B register can be uh, incremented by 1. So then after this one, once again we have to check whether exponents are equal or not. So like this we have to do the operation until the exponents are equal. So once the exponents are equal, then goes to the operation either subtraction or addition. So like the fixed point addition subtraction operation, so then same way we have to check perform the sign bit comparison, so of the two numbers. So by doing the XOR operation we'll decide how to do the addition or subtraction operation, same as in the fixed point addition subtraction operation. So here perform the, for example, if it is a addition operation, so both are equal. So both are equal is nothing but both are positive numbers or negative numbers. Then we can simply perform the addition of the Montesa, and then the result E equal to 0. Then end the operation E equal to 1. Shift right A, and then E was placed in the A1, and then increment the A plus 1. So this is nothing but normalization. So for that reason we are doing the shift right of the A. So finally we will get the in the A1 place. So we'll get the 1, and then uh, by that doing a shift operation, so the exponent value can be incremented by 1. So this is the way of adding the two floating point numbers. And then this is the subtraction operation. So for this one also we have to check whether the two numbers have the same sign or not. So here in this one, if the same sign, we have to do the addition subtraction operation. So if both have the different sign, then we go to the addition operation. The addition, if both are same, then how to do the addition operation here. If both are different, then goes to the addition. Here in the subtraction, both are same, do the subtraction operation. So subtraction, I told you already how to do the subtraction of the two numbers. So second operand was subtracted from the b, from the a. So we can do the subtraction by doing the two's complement representation. So which one was subtracting, so that should be represented in the two's complement form. So after that, once we will get the two's complement form, so that can be added to the a. So after that, the result was placed in the ea. So if e equal to 1, so then is nothing but equal to 1. So we'll check the whether a is 0 or not. If a is 0, simply ac is nothing but 0. So if a is not equal to 0, so means that, so we have to make it as the corrective form. So a complement plus 1, so whatever the result in a, so that have to do it in a's complement plus 1. So means that uh, A is less than B if E equal to 0. So for that reason, so make it as the original result. Means that whatever the result we get here, so that is in the two's complement form. So once again we have to do the two's complement to get the original value. So A complement plus 1, so that was once again placed into the A, and then complement the A's. Why? Because it's nothing but, so the N is less than the B value. So only whatever the highest number sign, so that was given to the result. So for that reason, we have to complement it and then give the sign to it. And then once again, we have to do it na normalization form. So for that reason, whether the result was in normalized form or not. So normalized, if it is not normalized form, a1 should be 1. So we have to end the process. So a1 equal to 0, then shift left a. So by that reason, will exponent value can be reduced by 1. So then once again, we have to check it whether a1 is 0 or 1. So if it is 1, so then ends the process. So this is the way of doing the floating point addition and then subtraction operation. So for this one, same way as the fixed point addition subtraction operation, but one thing here, the exponents should be equal either to perform addition or subtraction. First they check for zeros. If BR is 0, here I am explaining this flow chart here. So if BR is 0, the operation is terminated. Then the value in AC is the result. If AR is 0, transfer the content of BR into the AR. Why? Because it's nothing but after addition or subtraction operation, the final result should be in first register. So only if the AR is a 0, so the content of the BR can be transferred into the AR register and complement the its side if the numbers are to be subtracted. And if both are not 0, so the next process of lining mantissa is to be initiated. So here align mantissa is nothing but if the exponents a comma b are not equal, so the mantissa are properly aligned by shifting the smaller to right such that ab become equal. And if the exponents a comma b are equal, so the next process of Montesa addition or subtraction is initiated. So once by shifting left or right, so for that one we will get the exponents are equal. So once the exponents are equal, then the next process is we have to initiate the addition or subtraction operation based on the sign bits, and add or subtract mantissa. So the mantissa are added or subtracted depending on the operation and signs. It is similar to fixed point addition and then subtraction. So after the addition, if carry E is 0, then the operation is completed. If carry E is 1, so then the result is to be normalized and the process is terminated. After the subtraction, so if E is 1, then the examine whether the result is 0. If the result is 0, make A is 0 to avoid negative 0 and A equal to 0. If E is 0, the result is not 0 and the actual value is obtained by taking 2's complement and making AS is equal to 1, and the result is to be normalized. And then final step is normalize the result. So during normalization, so the most significant bit of AR should be 1. So A1 is checked. If it is 0, the normalization is done by right shifting mantissa and decrementing exponent A. And if it is 1, the result obtained is final. So in this class we have learnt how to do add or subtraction of floating point numbers. So the flow chart for floating point addition and then subtraction operation. So in this floating point addition and then subtraction, so floating point addition and then subtraction, boom, fixed point addition and then subtraction, both are same. So but one thing is here, so we have to do the normalization at the end of the result. So normalization is nothing but it should be the result should be like this. So the most significant bit should be 1. So we have to represent the result like this, and then uh, there are the 4 steps are included in this one. For zeros, align mantissa and add or subtract mantissa, and then finally normalize the result. This one, this is a flow chart. I already discussed this one. I hope you understand well. So first step, see this one. This spot is for checking the zeros, whether any number was a 0 or not. So if it is 0, we have to terminate the process. Why? Because it's nothing but whatever the result was placed in AC, so that is final result. So if B are 0, then we have to end the process. And then if B are not 0, then we have to check whether AC is 0 or not. So if it is 0, then whatever the result was in a BR, that is transferred to AC, and then add is nothing but and the result. Subtraction is nothing but complement the AS and then end the process. So once you check the zeros, then we have to do the alignment of the Montesa. Next step is align the Montesas. Alignment is nothing but the Montesas, the exponents should be in equal, so then only we can do the either addition or subtraction operation. So that one, so according to that one, so either a less than b, we have to do the shift right of the a. So by that one we get the exponent value can be increased by 1. So then once again we have to check the exponents, so like that. So if a greater than b, so b is less than, we have to, so we have to shift right the Montes of b. So by that one, exponent value of b can be increased. Then once again goes to this condition. So exponents are equal or not. So we have to repeat this process until the exponents are equal. So once we get the exponents are equal, then we have to perform the addition or subtraction operation. So this is how to do the addition or subtraction, same as fixed point addition subtraction. So fourth point is normalization. So once you get the normalization, once you get the result, so that should be in normalized form. So if e is 0, so nothing we can do. So if it is 1, so we have to do the shift right of the a Montesa, and then e value can be moved to the a1, and then by that one shift right operation, exponent of a can be increased by 1. So that is the final result. So you know it, this is the subtraction operation. So if it is a1 is 1, so end the process. A1 equal to 0, so shift left operation of a Montesa, and then shift left, by the shift left operation, exponent value can be decreased by 1. So by that one, then once again you have to check whether a1 is 0 or 1. So if it is 0, once again you have to perform the shift left operation. So this can be repeat until a1 becomes 1. Once you get the a1 becomes 1, then you have to start the process. So these are the four steps: check for zeros, align Montesas, and then Montesa addition, perform the Montesa addition or subtraction, and then final result should be in normalized form. These are the four steps are involved in floating point addition and then subtraction operations.